All right, I think now's probably the best time to talk about the Siege X showcase reveal, the future of Rainbow Six, the next 10 years of Siege. What does that actually mean? I mean, pretty much the same as it always has, I guess. They hyped this event up by saying it's a 3-hour reveal, a deep dive into what the game is actually going to be. And they've been working on it for 3 years, and this is the culmination of everything they wanted Siege to be. And the biggest focus of this event was a 6v6 respawn mode that nobody asked for. So, cool. The question on my mind through the first hour and a half of this Siege X reveal is...
This is a special way to celebrate your time with Siege.
I just want to know what Siege X is. I just want to know what Siege X is. Just fucking tell me what it is. Holy fuck! They went through the information after spending the first hour and a half showing content creators, some of which don't even play Rainbow Six, struggling to figure out the objectives in this new 6v6 game mode called Dual Front, in which it's a respawn mode where you can play attackers and defenders on the same team. There's dynamic objectives. It's a much bigger map. So, you know, basically everything that Siege isn't, they made a mode, and that was the main focus of this entire fucking reveal. And they dropped beta codes. They hyped that up. Twitch drops, guys. You can play the beta for this mode that nobody asked for. Enjoy. And the whole time all of this stuff is going on, I'm sitting here like, okay, what about the actual like core game, or like what's going on? Now, we do have visual improvements coming to the game. New lighting, new textures, upscaled 4K textures for those on PC, and the game looks a little better. Yeah, the lighting in some maps look a little better. They said they wanted to bring it down to that really gritty tone that, you know, the Rainbow Six franchise is you know, known for. I don't know if we hit that mark. Yeah, some maps look good. I was watching them go through Clubhouse. I was like, damn, this is actually darker than we've seen in a long time. I like it. Then when I saw them go into Bank looks a lot brighter, a little bit weird. But at the end of the day, subtle visual upgrades to a game that's already 10 years old. Fantastic. We have an audio overhaul that's going to drastically improve the directional audio, so you can tell if somebody's above you, below you, to your left, to your right. You blow a hole in a wall, you throw a flashbang through it, it's going to reverb out really nice. It's going to sound great. Sound reflecting off of walls, cool. It's a welcomed addition that I feel like should have been, like, you know, drastically improved years ago, but we're here and like, great, awesome. We're getting major changes to the way the rappel system works. So they're changing the movement in which you can sprint now while you're on the rappel, and you can finally move around corners. Woo! Great. It's about 8 years too late, but it is what it is. I'm glad that it's here. And they're also bringing inertia to your movement. It's not going to be like Tarkov inertia movement, but if you vault onto like a bed and then you start sprinting and then you fall off the bed, you kind of keep your momentum, which makes gameplay feel a little bit smoother. That looks cool. We have weapon inspect animations. Sick. As well as some veteran badges. If you've been around the game for a long time, you get some cool cosmetics. And then there are destructibles in the map now. So if you shoot like a fire extinguisher or a gas pipe, it creates hazards for the enemy team, which I think is pretty cool. What is weird, after hyping it up, saying you've been developing this update for 3 years and not all your maps are done, and so now when we jump into the game, if we're playing an overhauled map in ranked and then we get an unoverhauled map in ranked in the next game, they're not going to function the same, which I think is just very, very weird. They're trickle feeding us content that should have been in the game years ago. And when I say content, I mean like actual improvements to the game, to the maps, the environments. This shit shouldn't be like an afterthought trickle feed every season. This should just be the update. Now, one thing that I was waiting for them to talk about in this reveal or showcase was operator changes, to which they didn't talk about that at all. There's been a lot of rumors about how Clash is going to be reworked, Blackbeard's going to be reworked. We don't know anything about that. Not even at a base level. I understand things can change through testing, but they really didn't even talk about it. We went through the content creator, like dual front new mode playthrough for the first hour and a half. They went through the entire informational presentation. And then during the 5v5 showcase match at the end, which is just like casual esports gameplay, that's when we actually learned that they're changing the way picks and bans work in ranked to where you don't just pick all your operators at the beginning of the game. Every round, each team can ban an operator, and then you go to the next round, you can re-ban the same operator or you can ban a new one, you can change it up, and that actually just changes the way that ranked flows. And I thought, like, I'm watching the reveal, I'm like, this is the biggest game-changing change and feature that you guys have done to the game, and we had to wait 2.5 hours into this fucking reveal showcase to actually get that information, and you guys didn't even reveal it. It was just there in the new gameplay that they were showing off. It was a very weird event that I feel like completely missed the mark on everything that people are looking for when it comes to the lead up to this Siege X reveal. Is it going to be more tactical? What changes are you guys actually making to the maps outside of, you know, lighting and this audio change? Are you going to be moving props around? We didn't see any map overhauls. We didn't see any new fucking content coming to the game outside of this dual front 6v6 mode that, in my opinion, is everything that Siege isn't. To me, it's one of those things where if you're looking to get into Siege and you're maybe not a fan of the one life mode, that mode might be for you. But if you're a fan of Siege and you're playing this game, it kind of felt like that reveal showcase wasn't meant for us. I've played a lot of tactical shooters in my day. One of the best modes that I have played in a tactical shooter is Insurgency Sandstorm's Firefight mode, where it's a one life mode domination, but if you happen to capture one of the points, you respawn and bring your team back, which I think is one of the best, like, one life tactical intense modes, but can also lend itself into that respawn era where if you die, you might not necessarily be out if your teammates can actually, you know, play the fucking objective. It feels like these guys could have done like a really big reveal and showcased multiple modes. Guys, we've been working on it for 3 years. We have multiple modes. We might have like a new map. There's no new maps coming to the 5v5 ranked pool. The only new content is this 6v6 dual fronts mode, and then they're overhauling old maps, but not all of the maps are going to be done for the launch. I feel like I'm going fucking crazy. 3 years. There's what, 4,000 employees at Ubisoft Montreal. And don't get me wrong, the updates that are coming to the game, the rappelling, the movement, inertia, the audio change, all of those are good, but it kind of feels like it's like that's all we got. This feels like, to me, the same as when DICE revealed that they reworked some of their maps by placing sandbags around. It's like, that took you 3 months to do. This took you 3 years. I don't get it. People were expecting them to do night versions of the maps and have like night vision. Like it feels like after 10 years, like they probably should have went a little harder. This feels incredibly lackluster for a team of, you know, 4,000 billions of dollars running through it, at the very least multi-millions in the Montreal office. Rainbow Six being one of the largest supported multiplayer IPs that you guys have. I want to say that X marked the spot, but it feels like we kind of missed it a little bit. The updates that we are getting are cool. It feels like a patch and not a 3-hour event hyped up to the nines. You know, we poured our blood, sweat, and tears into it, and we changed some lightings and upscaled some textures. I'm very genuinely confused. Like I said, the updates that we are getting are cool. I'm excited to see them. Obviously, I'm playing Siege already, so it's just extra stuff for us to play with once it comes out. The game, or I should say the update, is launching June 10th of this year with obviously year 10 season 2. I'm excited to try it all out. I guess I was just hoping for a little bit more going hard on your 10-year anniversary. But as always, I want to know what you guys think down below. I know my community, or at least a large portion of my community, hates what Rainbow Six has become. And I was kind of hoping going into this reveal that maybe we would see some things that could bring people back. Let's get gritty. Let's get tactical. Maybe some more one life modes, night maps, night ops, maybe a new operator, maybe a new map. We didn't really get much of that. So I have a feeling I already know what a lot of you guys are going to say. but I still want to know your thoughts down below. And while you're down there, leave a like on the video, subscribe for everything FPS. I'm going to try to bring more Rainbow Six content to the channel. I do play it. I play it pretty much every day. I am enjoying it. I'm not good enough to do tips and tricks, and there's really no story content to be made here. So maybe I just follow the updates when they do come out, stuff like this. Let me know if you guys like this kind of content. I'm always curious about where you guys are at with content. As always, my name is Big Fry. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you on the next one.